He tanked so much right there to get that. And yeah, I can go around this way. Huge. Let's go. You playing a laptop screen? That's my second monitor, playing a normal one. Nice chroma, thanks King. Alright, let me just increase the volume of that and then lower the volume of my headset. Be in a good spot. Even going. Incel tempo? Okay. Huge. Huge. And I hit that level 2 just fine. How do you like this matchup? If I don't get poked out really hard early, I just stomp it. But, yeah, you kind of have to do a lot to not get poked out super hard. I would have taken a trade right there if Phase Rush was still on CD. I can just spin in right here and get 3. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, he's using a lot of mana, which is really good for me. Huge. TKT. Yeah, I don't have any way to particularly help right there. Alright. I have the level 6, or I have the level dip right here. Okay. Alright, I'll flash this if I need to. Looks like I don't need to. Alright. Actually looking pretty good right there. Whoop. A little bit of a mistake. I did yoink both of those kills, as both of those kills were mine. Ah, fuck. You get that? Ah, it's so doomed. Wave was in such a bad spot for that roam. I wanted to get it pushed in, but then there just wasn't enough time. I shouldn't have gone for the Skarner kill, and then I should have just fixed the wave right then and there. He tanked so much right there to get that. And yeah, I can go around this way. Huge. Let's go. Alright, but yeah, this is body these fools. The Azir that I'm going against, he's I believe he's a challenger Azir player. He's very, very high rated. One of the best Azirs on an A. Azir, yeah, it's really bad for them to be trying to fight with an Azir early game. Like, I'm just gonna have so much more value in these fights at this point. Especially with Lethal Tempo. If it was Comet, it might be different. But Lethal Tempo is a much more scaling option for Azir. Whereas Comet's the more, like, early game pokey style. Or Hail of Blades would also be good. Diadip. I mean, just every game of League of Legends, you know? Up 3-1. Shatters. I gotta push this wave in. hang on. I don't know that other guy. Body those fools? I've been calling him body these fools the entire time. But no, he's a challenger Azir player. Unclear. I couldn't play Azir without Hob? Yeah. Definitely seen. Lethal Tempo is definitely the better scaling option. But it's like, I don't necessarily see Azir as a particularly good solo queue pick. I'm about to be 6. But yeah, the reason that he's 6 right here is because of my poor wave management in relation to the roam. Or, like, because I had to go earlier to the play. I did get kills and I did help my team significantly, but I did sacrifice the level advantage. So I just don't want to get close enough right there to where he could shove me under turret, because then, especially since I don't have flash, I wouldn't necessarily have the ability to kill him super hard. I'm actually just going to not go for that, because it looks like it was just fine on its own. Alright. Alright, she's gonna back, so she should be able to get that in time. Oh, okay. Alright, I didn't take a turret shot right there, so I didn't even have to ult. So good. See, that's what you get for not panic ulting right there. It's really, really good to just not panic ult right there. What is that you always say, posture check on posture show? I do not say posture check because I'm perma posture check. You know body? You don't know 3-in-1 warrior fan. Alright, that's fair, that's fair. You do not endorse 3-in-1 body fan, as of now. Trend is split pusher. A hold breaker is not good on Tryndamere because the stats are terrible. Hold breaker would be more of something that you could get on Fiora. Can use tankier stats more, possibly Jax, but generally best users would be Trundle or Yorick. Those are bruiser split pusher type champions, and so it's gonna be much better on them. He has no ult, so he's just done. It's his fault for trying to save his jungler. I can't go. Yeah, I couldn't go towards my Nidalee right there. So I did end up getting the Diana flash instead. Does my chair have it back? Are you really prepared to answer this? Get this. This is my chair. Right here. I sit on a yoga ball. Alright, let's go. A real ball size, yep. Roll back in, yep. Can Italy even do anything? No, she generally wouldn't be able to because of Azir. Yeah, bro, why is Yumi not roaming? See if there's anything I can go right here. That red's about to be up. I would like to go for this right now. I'm gonna pull it in. Let me also get that pot at the proper length. Nice balls, King. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Red and Wraiths. Both yoinked. Let's go. Looks like they're fine. Yeah, sounds good. go get some mid, and then if Diana shows up, she's gonna get dove. Because her showing up would be pretty cocky right now. The only option she has is to do golems and then do this, because nothing else is up. Can't really get a top gank because of the wave. Alright, Tarek was coming, which does put a spoiler on things, but I did see Yasuo. Alright, never mind. I was gonna say that I saw Yasuo right there, but did not take into account the fact that Azir might not have backed right there. That was a little bit of a mistake on my part. As if I'm under-eating. So there's two kind of different philosophies on Tryndamere. There's the standard Kraken, Phantom Dancer, Nabore style builds, which generally run lethal tempo. Oh, and then there's my style, which is Phase Rush, and then generally Stridebreaker, sometimes Kraken Slayer. How you doing? What's up, Grizz? We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Yeah, so are they really trying to swap right now? Yeah, so there's two general strategies. One is the lethal tempo strategy, and then one is the phase rush mobility strategy. They both have different strengths and weaknesses, and places where they're better or worse at than others. I focus primarily on this build, and the benefits of this, which are... It's most useful to think about them as different champions. Like, Phase Rush, Stridebreaker, Trynd does things that Lethal Tempo Trynd could just never imagine. And vice versa. They're two... Yeah, they don't need me for that, which is good. Alright, alright. There's not even a red up for her to go to. Alright, also looks like Malfi wants to get out. Oh, not bad. I should have shown up for that. I just want to get these double buffs. How is she so far ahead in levels? It's actually kind of weird. Because we got her really, really hard. Yeah. Because Phase Rush is one of the strong... Phase Rush is so much stronger late game. And there's so much more that you can do with it. Let me get my Malfi. Oh, hang on. Trying to open the door, and as I was opening it, he just put his head in front of the door, and it's like, bonk. Buffs transferred, yep. But no, I still would play. So, sometimes, for certain matchups, Lethal Tempo can be better, but Lethal Tempo will never be... I won't say it will never be better for the game, but there are many situations in which Phase Rush just will be the best rune late game. Because of how much mobility can help you get more priority kills and priority damage. So with Lethal Tempo, you obviously have more DPS with Lethal Tempo Kraken, but one is that your mobility is much more situational. And your mobility is, like, as an example, you're much more reliant on Ghost, which ties your ability to fight to a 180-second cooldown. And with Navori and your Spinning Slash recharge, that makes you reliant on actually hitting enemies to get your mobility. And there's so much that you can do without... There's so much you can do if you have mobility that doesn't actually require you to hit enemies. As an example, I can go into a side lane, go super, super, super deep, force 4 of them to come for me, and then just not die. And the fact that I don't die in those situations, I'm drawing so much pressure. And then also, I can get onto carries in situations where Lethal Tempo Tryndamere would never be able to. Because Phase Rush has slow resistance by 75%, which makes it so much better than Lethal Tempo in that stage. Alright, let me just not die right there. Alright, got our Essence Reaver. Spellblade? Yeah, so understanding Essence Reaver is that Essence Reaver is just, first off, one of the strongest items in the game. And champions like Riven and Rengar have commonly had builds recently that have them build Essence Reaver first as a first item. And those are both mana-less champions. So just because there's a mana passive attached to it doesn't mean that it's relevant for Trynd. This is the same thing that you'll see Tryndamere players having gone through all of last season where, especially in low elo, it's like, yo, hey Trynd, why you build an Essence Reaver? Dude, bro, it has mana, which so stupid, bro. Noob. And it's like, the mana passive on the item is so irrelevant. Like, you're getting it for the Spellblade proc. Which, at level 7 on Tryndamere, a Sheen is basically 100 extra AD on a Sheen auto. And then you can crit on top of that. Like, it's such a powerful item. Such a powerful tool. Gives you ridiculously strong burst damage. And then I also have 60 CDR at this point. I don't want to... I was holding on to that turret shot right there. Yeah, this is not a good fight. Unless... Yeah, Fiora played her mechanics well right there. Sounds good. What's up, Angel? Even Trinity had the same problem last year. Yeah, like there's always been items that have mana that are potentially good for Tryndamere. Oh, thanks so much, Angel, gifting this up to Barbarian Ogre. I am commentating. Possibly. Let's put this on YouTube. There is no delay. So yeah, differences between the builds are primarily in terms of like scope of what the builds can do. You functionally play them as different champions. With Panzer Dragon had a video commentating my gameplay, and he came up with a phrase that was actually really useful. Of having it be a way to think about it is like using it. My build is effectively poke Tryndamere, right? Like I can go in, half commit, and then go out, burn all of their summoner or all of their cooldowns, and get out with no punishment, right? Because I could just E in, auto attack, and Stride Breaker, maybe get an extra auto attack in. And then just leave. And so with that, I'm in a position that... So I can force tons and tons of abilities while being incredibly safe. Yeah, let me just not die right there. We really should just do Baron after we push this. Thanks, Sargon. Alright, yep, was still able to keep my ults. Alright, so... ideal, unless we get some other kind of pick right now, would just be to get Baron. Alright, let's go over here. Yeah, that's also another thing about lethal tempo, is that when you go in with lethal tempo, you fully commit or you die. There's no such thing as poking. You're either you're fully committed, and it's also much harder to get out after your ult is done, which is always ideally what you want. Not always. It's generally what you ideally want to do on Tryndamere, is make sure that you can do as much damage as possible and then get out at the last possible moment on Tryndamere after your ults. Now let me let Yuumi get on me. Yuumi, you and me, bit of Norris, thank you to follow.
Shut down.
I mean, Tryndamere already has a heal, but that would be one benefit of potentially going Gore Drinker, which is what a couple Chinese Tryndameres do. 6-1, 180. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and just do Shatter, you know? Getting IE right here just does so much damage. I'll sometimes build Phantom Dancer here if I need to build an item right away. But no, generally just Gore Drinker Trin is just kind of sort. But it's also like, the thing about the Gore Drinker build, right, is that the way the game is played in China is so much different to the game that's played in NA. Like, they're functionally different games. Like, you think you're both playing League of Legends? You're not. They are different games. Alright. Should have enough damage right there. And I just want to make sure that my next heal is back up. But yeah, those would be the benefits of the build. Stridebreaker is still really good right now. The nerfs didn't actually affect it as much as I thought. And the fact that it also has AD now is really nice. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. See you guys in the next video. Hope that I could explain some possible differences between the builds. And just show you how Stridebreaker is still perfectly fine this season. Thank you guys all for watching. See you guys in the next video. This is a Masters MMR game. Have a good one. Goodbye. And good night.